In a world where it's difficult to distinguish one phone from another, Sony continues to carve out its own space for itself in the smartphone market. The current collection of smartphones from Sony is mostly focused on supporting media creation and consumption. But did you know Sony has so much more to offer in its recent launch? Yes, and this time Sony has released a Mark IV to this mid-range series. Let's see what they have offered with their Xperia 10 IV this time. Yes, this time Sony has released a Mark IV to this mid-range series. And we recently got hands-on with this remarkable Xperia 10 IV, and we really were impressed to share why it made it to the rumors this year. So, stay tuned to know all the specifications of the phone with us. Number 1. Display. Talking about the display now, the 6-inch 1080 by 2520 pixel OLED display on the Xperia 10 IV is as impressive as you would expect, given that Sony has a lot of experience producing screens for many kinds of devices. Because it features Corning Gorilla Glass Victus, it is more scratch-resistant than others and is brilliant and vibrant. Although not ultra-thin, you'll see the bezels surrounding the screen's sides are fine. The screen's 60 Hz refresh rate, which makes it less fluid than most other phones under this price range, is perhaps the largest criticism we have of it. You will notice the charge if you're switching from a 60 Hz panel, however, it's fine. And a few years ago, we were all getting by with 60 Hz screens. But if you're coming from a 90 Hz or a 120 Hz panel, you'll notice the difference. The screen, which looks nice whether you're streaming video or scrolling through your social media feeds, received no other significant criticism from us. 2. The design. The Sony Xperia 10 IV's design is unsurprising and very similar to that of its predecessors, most notably the Sony Xperia 10 III from 2021, of course. It's a slab of plastic and glass that is reasonably small, fairly blocky, and has slightly rounded corners. The Xperia 10 IV is one of the more compact Android phones available right now, being 8.3 millimeters thick, weighing 161 grams, and featuring a 6-inch display. We appreciate the phone's uncomplicated appearance and the matte finish on the plastic used for the sides and rear. The volume controls and power button, which has an integrated fingerprint sensor, are on the phone's right side as you face it, while the SIM card tray is on the left. It doubles up as a micro SD card slot. There's a normal USB-C port at the bottom of the device and a 3.5mm headphone jack at the top provided by Sony. You'll have to buy your own charger and cable since nothing else is included in the package. Depending on where you live, this phone is available in 4 different colors, which include black, white, mint, and lavender. Also, it's water resistant and can survive for 30 minutes underwater. Number 3. Performance and software. Now, let's get into the detail of the most important aspect, and that is performance and camera. The Snapdragon 695 5G chipset from Qualcomm powers the Xperia 10 IV. Compared to the 690 found in the previous generation, it represents a little progression, and the 6nm manufacturing process greatly improves efficiency. 2 Cryo 660 Gold Cortex A78 cores and 6 Cryo 660 Silver Cortex A55 cores, clocked at 2200 MHz each, make up the silicone within. There is 6 GB of RAM and 128 GB of internal memory. You may play practically any mobile game available because they are optimized for this GPU, which is Adreno 619. As is customary for Sony, the Sony Xperia 10 IV ships with Android 12 out of the box and doesn't have many further adjustments or customizations. We don't have a problem with that at all, and we think most people will as well. There's not much bloatware to discuss, just the Sony Music app, plus Facebook and LinkedIn, which you can easily uninstall. One additional feature you do receive is a SideSense launcher at the side of the screen, which makes it simpler for you to access your most used applications. Number 4. Camera. On the back of the phone, there is a triple-lens 12-megapixel wide plus 8-megapixel telephoto plus 8-megapixel ultra-wide rear camera, which is practically a replica of the rear camera module on its predecessor. An 8-megapixel wide camera with a single lens is located on the front of the phone and makes an excellent selfie camera. It goes without saying that the rear camera on this phone takes fantastic pictures, as you would expect from a Sony Xperia phone. However, some of the attraction is lost due to the sporadic focus and color correction issues we saw. The camera app has a ton of configurable options, and it's possible that with more time spent on setting them up, we may have obtained more reliable results. However, at this price point, having a 2x optical zoom and optical image stabilization is extremely appreciated. Number 5. Battery life and charging. Moving on to the battery and charging. The bad news is there is no charger, and even worse, there's no cable as well. But the good part is that in combination with the 6mm chipset and the 60Hz OLED screen, the battery's capacity has increased from 4,500 mAh to 5,000 mAh, creating new records for battery life. When it comes to browsing, the Xperia 10-4 is the undisputed champion. The phone outperformed the competition with an amazing 21 by 20 hours of nonstop browsing. That's all for today, folks. I hope you liked the video. If you want to see more reviews on all new launches, like and subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to hit the bell icon to keep yourself updated for all the new uploads. See you soon. Bye.